Hey there and happy Monday. So the struggle's real today. There was a really good song on just before I went to go live. It's like, do I finish that good song, finish listening to that or go live? I decided to go live. All right, if you know me, I love my music. I love Mondays too. So I am bringing you card number 4 for January Stamp Camp. Hi there, Francis. And bringing you another love theme, but I'm also bringing together the new Hello Ladybug bundle. And so here is today's card. Hi there, Shelly. And so I wanted to bring one of my favorite color combinations, the red, black, and white. I always feel like it always looks classy. It always looks sharp. And so I'm excited to show you how this all comes together. And I made it into a Valentine card. But if you're receiving the cards, I suppose you could maybe play around and maybe take off the Happy Valentine's Day tag. We can talk about that as I put the card together. So, hey there, Ginger. Nice to have you on here too. I'm just going to make sure there that my iPad's catching up, and it is. So let me set that down and then get my camera turned around for you guys so you can see my workstation better. Oops, one more notch. And kind of see the card that I'm going to put together as well. Here we go. So here's today's card. I'm going to show you an embossing folder here. It just adds a little subtle heart background that's embossed there, and then cutting out the heart kind of just in a subtle way. It seems more subtle when I put the ladybug in the middle of it too. And then of course Happy Valentine's Day really sets off the whole thing by putting that together. Thank you, Shelly. Yeah, I was really excited to use this new bundle. And I'll be honest, I'm like, ladybugs and Valentines usually don't go together, but I was so excited to use it. I'm like, I'm going to make it work because I don't want to wait till February to show you guys this bundle. So I think that's kind of the funny part of today. So it's in the mini catalog. Like I said, it's new and it is on page, that just flew right over, on page 20. So I think it's going to be fun to use not just today, but for lots of spring images. You can see the cute daisies here that are done in the pinks, and then just there's some floral images that you can do. And like today I'm going to stamp, punch my ladybugs to create them, but you could also stamp them and then create your own wings. And then this little guy too is fun to build. I'll show you that because actually that was where I was starting when I was going to start my card here. The bundle is here sold together, so there's always a 10% savings if you do the whole stamp set. It's a really big stamp set. It's photopolymer, so you can see that that it's going to be easy to line up some of those images. And then the punch, like I said, if you get them together, 10% savings. I'm going to use both sets today. But yeah, this was the start of my card, and as you can see, it didn't even make the card. So I think a lot of us do that. As I talk to you guys, as you place orders or just text back and forth, I think it's funny how we all kind of like struggle with that starting point, but you just kind of have to start, and you never know if the start's going to end up with this. Some days it does. And then the other stamp set that I'm pulling in is the Sweet Conversations, and that I've been using to show you guys, and obviously I love it. And so I'm just pulling from that the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment, and then this happy to have you in my life is going to end up in the inside of the card. And that's also from the mini catalog. From the annual catalog, I can't say enough about this. I just don't want to always use it, set it aside. I just kind of have to show you, all the fun patterns that I've been pulling from the Pattern Party Designer Series paper pack. This is for host exclusive, but I just placed an order for somebody who technically wasn't a hostess. Like, she didn't have a party. She didn't do a virtual party. She didn't invite her friends over, but she just had a really big wish list. So so she was a hostess and she could have gotten this, but she already has it. And so that's too how you can earn it. If you have an order of $150 order, then look in the back of both of the mini catalog and the annual catalog for like different stamp sets and different pattern paper, things like this. So Pattern Party Designer Series paper, I think it says the value retail value is like $36, but they're letting hostesses have it for $18. You get 48 12 by 12 sheets. It's a big, big stack of paper at a great value. And that's the neat thing about the stamp sets in the back and different products that are host exclusive. They usually knock a big chunk, if not half off. You use your host rewards to get it, and it's just great. So that's where this is coming from. I have a friend that often uses background paper as a layer in her card, and usually you just, you know, see the little bits and pieces of it, and I'm like, oh, I love it, love when I get her cards, because that pattern in there just adds so much. I'm more of a plain girl, where if I'm going to use my 4-inch by 5-inch layer as part of a card, I tend to maybe emboss it, but more of a plain basic cardstock color, plain color, not a pattern paper. And so I think today I could justify doing the edges because this is going to get cut out and we're going to see a little bit more. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, you know, why do I save this or that? Because it does add so much. I love her card, so why can't I do that? All right, so let me start putting this card together for you guys. My pattern, or excuse me, my color palette today, like I said, is real red, basic black, basic white, and then just pulling in from the pattern paper. Like this is Misty Moonlight, like a nice cute floral pattern. And then the back sides are mostly all the black and white different patterns. Some are really busy, like there's even like a houndstooth look and just different checkerboard, things like that. But I kind of like the busyness of this because most of it would be covered up. So that kind of draws attention to it, but doesn't overwhelm. I think to start out, let me take this piece here that is cut 3 1/4 inches by 5 of real red, and I'm going to pull out my mini cut and emboss machine here just to kind of show you guys once again that some of the embossing folders are meant specifically to go through this mini cut and emboss machine. So this is from the annual catalog here, Dottie Hearts embossing folder, and there are 2 designs. I'm using this top one here, and eventually we'll probably use the bottom one there. With my card going up and down, this was the better choice, even though that's what I wanted to use originally. And then I thought, well, sometimes I pull it out and go, well, what if? But then with my card going up and down, this wouldn't be a good choice because this pattern goes across. So if you look here, whoops, let me put that down so you can see tiny little hearts. At first I thought it was just polka dots, so little hearts here, and then still small, but bigger hearts there. So it's a 2-pack, and it is meant to fit in this machine here. So I hope I have it all sandwiched, layered right to put that in. And like I said, this is a pretty big chunk, 3 1/4 by 5 to fit through this machine here. So let me just put that through. Often I want to, I knew I should have ran this. So I did it through the big one, and I'm like, you know what? I should show them this. Oh, you know what? I think it maybe goes like this. Yes, this is what it does. 1, 2, and 3, maybe. We'll see. Okay, if it does. If not, oh my goodness. Maybe I just have the wrong thing. Or I'm just going to quick, yeah, that didn't feel like it gave me any resistance, guys. It says 1 and 3. Oh, here, that's why I need this. Okay, I need to follow directions better, guys, and line that up. Okay, like a charm. I'm used to always needing cutting pads, like creature of habit. So it says right on here, 1 and 3, and this is 1 and 3. I just was thinking like I needed this and the cutting pads. Don't do as I say. Just, yeah, follow the directions from Stampin' Up. Okay, so here we have, laugh along with me, please. Hey there, Marie. Yes, so on this side, oops, there's a little piece of fuzz. We have the hearts kind of popped up, and on this we have a nice like imprint, and almost reminds me of like quilted hearts. So for my quilters out there, I'm gonna like do you guys a favor. This is gonna be the side that I'm gonna use because I honestly was struggling with which side to use, and it's one of the cards that I could use. There, it's still on there. One side or the other. Hi there, Julie. And so this I'm going to set aside, and I'm going to bring back my sandwich, though. Now we'll see how I do. And I'm going to take die cut, and this one I've been using a lot. I think this is the third time in about a week I've shown you the Bouquet of Love hybrid embossing folder. For those of you who have ordered it, good job ordering it right away. It's unavailable now, but it is expected back in January 24th. So for those of you that have wanted it, I have been keeping an eye on it to let you guys know when it's going to be back in. So if you remember the embossing folder that I did, the embossed look with that, and then you can cut it. You can cut it through. I should have did that while I was making my original card last week. You can put this die cut right in there. There's a well and it sticks in there. You put your paper on top and you can cut and emboss through. That's the way it's intended, whoops, to be used. I just was like not feeling 100% that day and wasn't thinking it through. And in my mind, I was even thinking, and I've talked to several other stampers, you know, your mindset is if you put a die in there, it's going to cut the other side when it goes through, and then you're going to have a cut up embossing folder. And what fun is that? None at all. But no, it's not going to do that. It's not supposed to. All right, so let me, get my sandwich back on here. And this heart from the hybrid embossing folder has a nice stitched edge to it too, which I like. So that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pull that back out, and hopefully it's not overuse. But I know people always appreciate seeing different uses for one product as well. So as we pull this out, then this is the part that I'm going to use, and you can see it has the fun stitched edge around the heart there. This is going to get set aside for a rainy day or maybe tomorrow. Like I always laugh, like the one that I reused the heart on just on Friday, my last video for you guys, I thought I had no plans for it, and then in a short amount of time, it's like I have the perfect plan for that. So let me put away my mini cut and emboss machine. And for those that haven't seen this feature for a while, you can just fold that up. Like literally, it's about the size of, no, it's smaller than my purse. I have a small purse, but it's even smaller than that. And I think that's it for doing my die cutting. So let me just set that aside, and then we can do some building here of the actual card. So I'm going to pull out the pattern paper 4 by 5 1/4 and just get some adhesive on that. And then that's ready to go on my card base, which is real red, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, opening this way today. And I'll put that on. Like I said, cutting this next layer down to 3 1/4 by 5, then you just get to see quite a bit of that fun background paper. And I want to pop this up so that it gives more kind of life to the cute little ladybugs we're working here. I should kind of try and keep that in the camera so you know what I'm working with. And then just kind of gives a little bit of a pop away from that busy background paper too. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals kind of on each corner, and then because it's a larger piece here, I'm going to put an extra one on the top and the bottom. And then to make sure that the heart kind of stays lifted off of the busy paper, here I'm going to put just some on the edge there too. So we've got this covered, so it'll give a really nice pop up here. And I'm just going to center that like so. And like I said, I gave you the edge that it almost kind of looks quilted there on my heart. I always find that red is an interesting color when it comes to embossing, either heat embossing or like with clear ink, or even running folders, embossing folders through. It doesn't show, it's not as showy, put it this way, as other colors. And you'd think white would just blend in. White shows up for embossing, embossed images more than real red does. But I think when you see it in person, you will see more of that heart embossed in there. And it's, you know, it's dotty, but it's not pierced. I think too, if you look in the catalog, it almost kind of looks pierced, but it's just little dots. So that would be why too. Hey there, Pam. Good to talk to you today on the phone. Next, I'm going to start building the cute ladybugs. And with that, no stamping yet, just taking some basic black cardstock. So you can see this is the ladybug body, and then here's the fun wings. So I'm going to use 2 of them for my card. So I'm just gonna kind of put this strip of black cardstock through one end and then the other end to get 2 of them out like so. And then I'm just grabbing a piece of real red. Hey there, Brenda. I'm glad you like it too. Okay, so I'm just going to feed it in that way to get 1 set of wings, and then feed it in to get another set of wings. So there's actually 2, you know, like this is like 1 wing set for each ladybug. You know, at first you think wings, so I was thinking I needed 2 of these, you know, per ladybug, but I don't think you want it to look like that. That's too much. So it's going to look like a cape. To me, when I started building up my ladybugs, I kind of thought they looked like little superheroes, like superhero ladybugs because of the capes. So yeah. Oh, Brenda, I'm glad that you can take me in while you're at the appointment. That might be, you know, just the fun break that you needed, because usually doctor appointments can get pretty long. Before I assemble the ladybug, I'm just going to lay these wings out here, and now we'll start the stamping with the Memento black ink pad. And we just have these fun little dots or spots here that are kind of angled to the same shape as the wings. So I can get those on here and just kind of center that and pluck that off, and then get some more going on the other set of wings here too. And with it being photopolymer, very easy to see and line up, so that's always nice. And then to put those on, I'm going to use glue dots, just because it's not like these are huge pieces, and I feel like if I just get like a couple glue dots towards the top of the wings, then kind of putting them here and here, then it's an easy way to just get those stuck on the ladybug. So how fast does that come together? Isn't that just super cute, guys? And like I said, like you could use these all, I say all year round, because every day that it warms up, I feel like I find a ladybug in my house that just kind of came out of the woodwork, literally, to say, hey, I'm still here. These are a lot cuter than the ones I find in my house, though, by far. And then this is ready to pop up. So let me grab some dimensionals here, and it's just going to take a couple of those dimensionals to get this guy popped up. And I'm just going to put him right inside the heart, because the heart's big enough to fit him in there. And then this becomes the same height, because I've popped up this layer and this. Now this is all the same height. So as you're putting that through, it's not like into your envelope or through the mail, it's not going to catch, because that is the same height. Thank you, Ruth. Good to have you on here. And let's get a couple more dimensionals on this other one. And this one's just going to kind of buzz in from the top corner of the card here too. And then I debated about just leaving this bottom, like maybe for those getting my cards, kind of including a tag or leaving it blank or whatever. But I thought, you know what, I haven't done that many just strict Valentine cards this month for you guys. So I'm like, you know, I am going to make this a Valentine card. So with my real red ink pad, like I said, I'm pulling out my Sweet Conversations stamp set for these sentiments. The Happy Valentine's Day, I just really thought the font was super cute for this. And so this is just a strip, a 1/2 inch strip, and I'm leaving kind of an edge, a longer edge there, so that I can slip it into my banner's Pick a Punch. Hi there, Beth. Good to have you on here. Thanks, Pam. We got another Pam joining in. All right, so this I'll just slide in, and if you're not familiar with it, there's 2 different choices, how it punches on the end, and then 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch little slots for you to put your cardstock into. So as I punch that down, it just gives us like this much of a cutoff. That's why I always try and include that much extra when I'm stamping, and yet still plenty of give there on the end. Here's my scissor, and then I'll just eye that and cut it off straight. And then with that, I'm going to, with this being just a 1/2 inch and kind of skinny, then I love to cut into my edge here of my dimensionals, because I've always got these right at the ready. So it's an easy thing to pull out, put across the back side here. And I think with all the busyness of the pattern on the embossing folder, to give us this pattern hearts here, and then the busyness of the pattern paper, just to have this plain white and red kind of anchors the card and makes it look complete and finished that way. But I am going to add a couple last finishing touches, and those classic matte dots. I've also been using these a ton lately, guys. So lately, like my card last Friday, I used the white ones. I haven't used the vanilla yet. I've used the gray ones quite a bit, basic gray, and today I'm going to use the basic black color of the classic matte dots. Because I just thought, you know, black circles to just kind of highlight and go along with the circles on the wings of the cute little ladybug here is like a perfect addition to kind of keep those circles going. So I've got that going, and then I think the black just really pops and makes the card look a little bit more full and have a little bit more color to that. Now for the inside, I am going to just pull out a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4 here. And from the Sweet Conversations stamp set, I love the sentiment, happy to have you in my life. And this could be great for Valentine's, birthday, anniversary, anything like that, depending on who you're sending it. Like for my sweetheart, I would be that. Like I wouldn't send it for somebody else's anniversary, happy to have you in my life. But yeah, so that works out well for the inside sentiment there. Here's my adhesive. So I will just get some adhesive on there so that we can go ahead and finish the card by putting this in the inside. I love this punch. I am a fan of punches, and sometimes when I'm using my punches, I try not to even use my cut and emboss machine, just because I know that it's just so easy, and it's just something to grab quick, punch out, make your artwork come together really quick and easy. Today I did use it for both the embossing folder and the heart, and I was glad I did. But sometimes I like the challenge that I give myself of, hey, let's just use a punch and see what we can make of it. And often the punches just are so convenient and so quick, so that is fun. So this is card number 4 here, inside and outside there for my January set of 10 cards. Thanks, Shannon, for joining in. Good to see you on here. Shannon's probably going to be, oh, I hit it and my screen turned absolutely black. Okay, Shannon is an amazing floral arrangement person for Hy-Vee in Iowa, and so I love seeing her creations. So you're going to be really busy soon with Valentine's Day coming up, Shannon. So that is card number 4, how you can get my set of 10 different cards for January, all love themed, is place a minimum order using my host code, minimum order of $75 using that. When you order online, you just put it in your cart, click apply, and that will notify me, and it'll come up that you've used that code, so I'll know to add you to my list. If you call in an order, you guys have been really good about that. Hey, make sure like this hostess gets the credit or that hostess gets the credit, because I still have my hostess Kim with her current party, and also my other hostess Sarah with her current party, plus this host code for the 10 set of 10 January cards too. So it's so helpful when you direct me to where you want your order to go, and that helps all of us. I think it's great when I can surprise my hostess and say, hey, you got another order towards your party, and things like that too. So Otherwise, if you aren't in the spot to order and you just want the cards, let me know and you can get all 10 cards for $25, and I'll just put you on the list for that and let you know when they're ready. So $25 either gets them mailed to you or local delivery if you're close to me too. So that's what I've got for you today. Linda just jumped on. Linda, you're going to have to go back and watch replay here in 2 seconds after I post it. And I'm going to take a picture, post a still shot with all the ingredients that I used to make the card, my little recipe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon with card number 5 already for January. Take care and have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.